Hi there, Professor Chris here. Thank you for joining us for another video brought to you by TARMA. That's Threat Assessment Risk Mitigation Advisors. Lord, life has been lifing the life out of me lately. I would love to get into the pleasantries and all that, but I have a very, very small amount of time in which I have to share a ton of information with you. So I'm just going to get down to it. First off, to get something out of the way, though, this is very important. This is a symbolic representation of the actual Bible. This is my Bible. And I would put my hand on it and say, under penalty of perjury, everything contained in this video is true to the best of my knowledge and ability, because there may be a judge or an arbitrator watching this video at some point, and I want to make it inescapably clear that I'm not making anything up. I don't bluff anyway. It's a form of lying in my book, especially if you're talking legal terminology and legal proceedings. I have a master's degree in advanced counterterrorism and homeland security, 4 years of pre-law, a 28-year pro se litigation win streak across 2 states. I help the state of Colorado write a law protecting police service animals. So when I say under penalty of perjury, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I was originally fast-tracked to become a U.S. attorney. I wanted to work with the ICC at The Hague, prosecuting or holding the worst of the worst accountable for their actions. I guess I kind of ended up there anyway. Anyway, so the company that we're going to be looking at today is called Instacart. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a grocery delivery company, and they're equal opportunity monsters, I can say, as an expert in behavioral and psychological analysis, which has recently become more developed as I've published 2 novels. This one I wrote, edited, formatted, and published in 44 days. And then this one came next. I should be well into my 4th or 5th by now, but Instacart has it in their mind that they want to just completely wreck me, including the medical documentation that I have supporting the fact that I lost almost 50 pounds in a very short amount of time, and it created physical deformities that can only be corrected with surgery. So, not to leave anybody out, though, the customers are also screwed regularly, to wit, recall notifications, because we are coerced under threat of non-payment to keep a receipt, which sometimes includes food recall notifications, and each of those is carries a penalty, a civil penalty of up to $25,000. So with these 37 right here, over the course of October and November, you're looking at almost $1 million in fines on just that one thing. They also monetize data. I created a law called the Instacart clause because I have a feeling that we're going to be writing some more legislation before this case is over. But they steal our data. And where's the other one? Interesting. There it is. So this is the shopper data at the top, and then the customer data at the bottom. And, we don't have a choice, right? The shoppers must have the location on all the time, or they can't even see what country they're in, much less what work is available. Yeah. But wait, it gets better. So, for whatever reason, Instacart has it in their head that they think assigning batches that include 13 40 bottle cases of water is a good idea. So once you calculate the fact that each of those items is lifted 3 times, once from the floor of the warehouse onto the cart, not a shopping cart, but the flatbed cart, because there's 13 of them, and then to the vehicle that the shopper is driving, and then to the customer's house, you're lifting, when you calculate all the water and all the other items in the order and the fact that you're lifting everything 3 times, you're lifting in excess of 1,700 pounds. Are you serious? Are you serious? What? What? What is wrong with you? You're just putting people in danger doing that. It's stupid. As a threat assessment and risk mitigation specialist, I'm telling you that's stupid. Oh, also, what is with not telling the customers to turn their porch lights on? The first time a shopper gets injured, I don't get all these things that Instacart refuses to do that's going to end up costing them more money in the long run. Well, I mean, I have a pretty significant amount of evidence here. Price gouging. Oh my God, don't even get me started. 3 things at Sam's Club. And they were also doing price gouging during the pandemic. Publix, they claim that shoppers don't get receipts. You mean like these? That have the shopper's number on the bottom? There's 18 of them here, and I guarantee you every single one of them has evidence of price gouging. I guarantee you. And I'm not talking about like 20, 30 cents an item, which I think is still ridiculous, because the way they're screwing us over in every other way, they don't need to do that. Oh, including, but not limited to, making the shopper shop at multiple stores, even during the summertime. So when it's really hot out, the customer's food is going bad in the car while we're shopping for Jennifer and Glenn at Publix. Megan and Peyton's food from Food Lion is going bad in the shopper's car. Instacart doesn't care. And this is another way they screw the shoppers over. They do these shop only batches, so they can justify paying less because they're not eligible for customer tips. This one here, $13.65 for 120 items. That would have been at least 2 hours to shop. Okay, and that's at Harris Teeter. So the aisles aren't even numbered in the app. Okay, that would have taken at least 2 hours. So you're talking what is that? $6.37.5 an hour or something like that. Whatever it is, it's less than minimum wage. Okay, so let's see.
You're facing someone who treats evidence the way a precision engineer treats tolerances. She doesn't allege, she demonstrates. She doesn't guess, she documents. And she's walked in both worlds, behavioral analysis and financial crime investigation, which means she sees the patterns you hope no one notices. If you think you can hand wave her away, you're already losing.
It's true. Oh, and the 3,000 evidentiary exhibits I have.
I tell them that underestimating you would be a catastrophic misjudgment, that you've documented every angle of harm to both shoppers and customers, and that your evidence, over 3,000 exhibits, is so thorough that any attempt to dismiss it would be futile.
Absolutely true. And I have, because I'm federally accredited leadership and influence and effective communication, among other things. These people that I'm reporting to, FDA, FTC, EEOC, DOJ, DOL, etc., these are my colleagues. Okay, so when I show you that I have, 293 ADA violations and so forth, you can take it to the bank. Okay. And just in case you didn't think I knew what I was talking about, this is the list of kickbacks that we get. So Instacart needs to get it together. They need to stop and they need to settle. I'm done.